Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Fly for Fun Show Christmas edition here with Captain Ray Kelly and myself. We got two special guests today. Want to welcome, we're going to have Chris Hope and Ron Brown. We got some great prizes to give away today. And, it's just a few days from Christmas, so I know everybody's excited. And Captain Ray, tell me about your week and what's going on.
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny, I had a great week. It really was a good week. I got some flying in. Actually, Ken Huffbauer.
Yeah, I seen y'all flew again.
Places here. He came down again from St. Augustine, and we met in Jupiter, Florida, and I took him to a couple of spots. Unfortunately, the ocean spot was too windy. The wind was just too much. Then I took him over by the Jupiter Lighthouse. But again, the wind is still too much. It was too strong by the lighthouse. So we had to go to my other secret spot. And that's called the Sawfish Bay Park. And it was up off the Intercoastal. And we got our flight in. It was windy, but we got our flight in.
I know. I guess you noticed in the chat there on Facebook, I said I really try to like you guys. But, y'all kind of rubbing it in. You're getting all this flying done, at Christmas time. But no, that's great. Y'all had a great.
I know. I don't mean to rub it into anybody because I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to have fun, fly for fun.
I hear you.
And Ken and I, you're going to laugh at this story. I don't know if Ken's in the. No, he's not in the chat yet. But he drove all that way, and he also made some homemade brisket. He brought it all the way down for me in a bag. And he also made some homemade fudge. And he showed it to me as soon as he met me. He says, I'm going to give this to you at the end of the day. But then after our flying, we were supposed to go fishing. And unfortunately, the fishing trip was canceled. We couldn't get our fishing trip in. So we had lunch, to make a long story short. And then Ken headed back north to St. Augustine. He took my brisket with him. He didn't give it to me. And the fudge.
Hey, Captain Ray, if you want to introduce some people we got in the chat there.
I tell you, look, we got a good group. I can see them already. Hiya, Ron, Lockwood, and DeMarco, and Chris Hope is back. He's in the prop room. We call it a prop room here, and he's waiting, and he's going to be a great guest today on the show. And Bob Casey, how you doing, sir? And John Olson, he was really the first. Well, Chris Wesworth was actually the first guy who popped in, and then John Olson came in. And SJM Drones and Media, we're glad to have you, and it's good to see everybody. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. And guys, I don't know if you noticed the little ticker across the bottom there. Last week we introduced some like trivia type questions. We have two great prizes today, and we'll be running those questions across the bottom. We got 2 practice questions and 2 questions for gifts. And Captain Ray, tell us about I think you're doing one gift and I'm doing a gift, although it's both for one show. But tell us what you're giving away.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be giving away an America's Finest long sleeve T-shirt. And you got to be a supporter of the police and abused children. And they're nice. Got a nice embroidered thin blue line flag that shows you support the police. And that's our prize. Some lucky winner is going to win that.
Yeah, we got a question for that. And then we also have an Echo Dot, Alexa. We were talking to Chris a few minutes back in the prop room, and I ran a test question by him, and he said, I'll have to ask, well, I think he said ask Siri, but hey, you can ask Alexa too. But yeah, we got 2 great prizes, and we'll give that away toward the latter end of the show there. And, that's, it's been a great week. It's really close to Christmas, and with the COVID going on, and, I hope everybody's, prepared for the holidays and have a safe, watching the weather across the country. I know the Eastern had a lot of cold, really, wet weather. And I know we're gearing up for like a sunny and 60 degrees here in Louisiana. And of course, I don't know how it's going to be in Florida. It's always sunny in Florida is what they say. And Chris Hope is in Texas. So I'm sure he'll have a nice Christmas. And weather's getting cool this time of year, but it fluctuates so much in all the parts of the country.
Now I don't know if Ron is in the prop room yet. Because
no,
he's
Ron
coming all the
isn't.
way down
I
from
think
New Jersey.
Chris has got the whole prop room to himself.
Yeah, but Ron might have hit some traffic coming down from Jersey. But I want to say welcome to Dave Innes. He just popped in.
Welcome, Dave.
Did I say JSK Enterprise?
Yes.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yeah. Well, guys, I tell you what. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring Chris Hope in the room, and if Chris is he's a big supporter of a lot of channels. You'll see him on some shows, and he does this. I guess he would say he's one of the experts in sunrise. We got two guys today. We got Ron Brown, who does a lot of sunset, and Chris is kind of well known for his sunrise videos there in the morning. And we're gonna bring, with no further ado, Mr. Chris Hope in. Chris, welcome.
Thank you,
Hey, Chris.
Johnny.
Welcome. Good to have you here.
Hello, everybody. Captain Ray, how y'all doing, guys?
Doing great.
Good deal.
Chris, we talked a little bit before the show, and the premise of this show was Captain Ray and I were just talking one Sunday morning, and said, hey, we both kind of at the same time say, hey, we just fly for fun. I know a lot of people are trying to get their Part 107, and there's been a lot of stuff going on the last few weeks, and everybody knows about that situation.
Right.
The FAA is, people are thinking they're just watching YouTube videos, and they might be, but hey, we talked a little bit about it before the show. If you just fly for fun and do what you're supposed to do, you probably won't have a problem. But exactly. All we want to know is, Chris, I know we see your name in the chats a lot, and I know you support a lot of channels, but hey, the premise of this show is to tell us who you are, and hey, we just want to know about Chris Hope.
Well,
the stage is yours.
I'll start by letting everybody know. Pretty much everybody knows I live in Athens, but I was born and raised here 54 years ago. I can walk to my mom's house in about 5 minutes. I bought my grandparents' old farm, and it's within 5 minutes of here, so I get to go there. Worked for the same company for 37 years, April the 1st next year. So fortunate enough to have a career, and it's been a good one. And I got another 15 to go before I can check it to them. So, but like y'all, I like to fly for fun, and that's how I got in this YouTube world. I picked out 2 or 3, and when I was trying to figure out, okay, what kind of drone do I want? I had some toy drones and crashed them. Walmart refresh, whatever you want to call it. Their little warranty is not bad, by the way. You can get it replaced if you crash it.
And if you fly enough, you'll need it.
Exactly. So, and I started watching some of these guys. I followed Ken Herring, Kelly Shores right off the bat. And you typed in GPS drone. That's the 2 names that would come up 4 years ago. So I started following them guys, and between following them guys, there's a bunch of other people we started following. Then I wound up getting me a drone, and in September on my 50th birthday. So I've had it for over 4 years now. The Phantom 4. That's what I fly with. That's what I fly with.
You have a Phantom 4, right?
Yeah. So I just fly for fun. I'd like to take the 107 where I can make a little money, but like I told y'all earlier, there's so many people that's got it now, and the market's inundated with them. And just fly for fun, post videos on YouTube, and go around and BS with guys like this all the time.
Chris, do you feel like posting the videos? I know that's a big subject. Do you feel like it? I mean, are you scared to post anymore since what's happened? No.
Nope. I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Well, that's okay. And that's what we talked about before the show.
Yeah. And and to each his own. I'm not a policeman, not going to be a policeman. I got rules at work, I got rules at home. And there's rules in another book I go by I just try to do what Chris thinks is right. If there's something, I'll talk to the cops just like I'm talking to y'all. It's not a big deal.
Right. Have you ever had a problem, Chris, anywhere applying?
I have people ask me the most common question when I fly over the lake is, how much did it cost? And
Right.
I just tell them, it's not, don't
Yeah,
sugarcoat it,
yeah.
guys. Get ready to drop about $2,000.
You
How
know,
many
that's
drones do you
exactly
have,
what
Chris?
a gentleman. That's exactly what a gentleman came up to me the other day when I was flying by the beach in Jupiter. He says, "Those things are really expensive, aren't they? About $2,000, right?" I said, "No, this is a Mavic Air 2, $799." And I
Yeah,
love my Mavic Air 2.
yeah,
But
yeah. I
Chris,
bought.
you're getting into a little FPV, right? Or is that
Yeah,
just
that's another. That's the. I was talking to. Shoot, who was I talking to yesterday? I'll think of it, man. But we was talking about that's why I really got into it because I always wanted to be a pilot when I was in school. When I was in high school, we had an aviation class, and we got to go to Carswell Air Force Base up here at Fort Worth and walk around a B-52 bomber back in the day, but couldn't go in it. And flying's always intrigued me. And the toy drones from Walmart, uh, gliders, the little balsa wood gliders we used to wind up with a rubber band, fly them in the yard, stuff like that. And but this is the FPV is as close as probably I'll get to being a pilot. And I won't tell you, you're driving it. You're not GPS ain't driving it. And it's the FPV with the goggles. If you ever get the chance just to put some on and just watch somebody,
right?
it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I never really. I would definitely like to
I'm
try it. So,
I'm
Chris,
amazed. I've flew with Drone Bomb, Paulie, and Carlos back from the sky, and they fly FPV, and I'm just amazed when I watch them and they're flying. They're zipping around and they're doing twirls and flips. I'm amazed. I really am, and I give you a lot of credit, Chris, for learning that.
Yeah, it's the young guys. I play a lot of Call of Duty on Xbox. I still play games. I'm not dadgum sure ain't ashamed of saying it because I grew up in the 70s and the 80s when it all first started, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And I thought I could pinch, but I'm a thumber. I can't get away from it. So
I try to pinch because people say it's the right way to fly, but I guess I use my thumbs. I don't know, and I guess whatever's comfortable for you,
And I can see the thumbing part because it does give you a little more control, but I always wind up putting my thumbs back on top of it, somewhere in between it.
So, I'll take a second. Here. We got Greg.
Go
ahead, Will.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Greg. And Michael Wright. Did we welcome Michael Wright?
No, go ahead. You can welcome in.
Michael Wright. Yep. And Chris, now I started when I moved to a real drone. I call them real drones when I switched over to DJI, and I got a Phantom 4 as my first real drone. And I find that controller is easier to pinch than to thumb. But when I switched over to the Fly app with the Mini and the Mavic Air 2, I have a tendency to thumb it,
Right. I progressed back to it. I've tried and tried and tried. Ken Hearn, 90% of us listen to Ken. He's a big pincher.
Yep.
And in certain situations, if I want to really film something pretty cool, I'll make myself pinch it and orbit it or get a good shot. But for 90% of the time, I'm probably a thumber.
It feels like your control, like you got to go over the top of your control. To me, the remote.
I can't explain it. It just is too much Xbox, too much old Nintendo where the controller was flat. You had to use your thumbs. You couldn't pinch nothing.
Or texting. Are you a texter with your thumbs, Chris?
Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to tell the people in the chat, that don't know it, but most of them do know it already. Chris does the sunrise flight every Sunday morning, or most Sunday mornings, I should say. Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it because he does a phenomenal job. And I remember the first day I went in Chris's live stream, and I mean, he's amazing. And the lake and the area he flies in is amazing. And the stories he tells are amazing. He reads a story sometimes, right, Chris?
Yeah. I read out of in Texas, we got highway markers on the side of the road. You may be driving down the road at 70 miles an hour, and then on the side of the road, you'll see one. Most people don't stop, including myself. So I was in a bookstore here about 2 months ago, and I was walking around. There's this book. It's got all the, up until it was published, all the up to current roadside markers. So the first one I did was for Dennis Lovelady. Dennis Lovelady rides in our, or not rides, but flies in that Sunrise group that go ahead and get this squared away. Paul Davis started this group.
Right.
A long time ago. He's by himself. Then Dennis joined, okay. and then I guess 6 months to a year after they got going, they asked me to join. Jim Hightower and Roosevelt Langford out of Arkansas. Mel flies with us sometimes, and Rodney started flying with us about 3-4 months ago, pretty much every Sunday when the weather allows. But yeah, I like to talk, because y'all can tell, and people don't mind my stupid silliness sometimes. So I like to listen to people talk, because Ray, you've got a distinct accent, and Johnny, you got a South Louisiana accent.
Really?
And, yeah, I can hear a little bit of it. And,
yeah, like, hey, we went up to Boston for a baseball game. My best friend's son is a pitcher. You know, he plays in the majors, and he was at Boston. He's at Cincinnati now. But I went up there, and those guys, like, we were talking in the stands, and some lady come up to me. She said, "Hey, will you talk for me?" It's like, I'm not a freaking doll. You know what I mean?
Well, you just said for me right there. That's South Louisiana. There. You south of I-10 or north?
South.
Oh, see, you the real Cajun.
Yeah, we're not. We're about the. I'm in between.
Well, I'll tell you, I enjoy your
5 and 12.
I enjoy.
Hey guys,
you know, Chris, I enjoy your streams. I really do. You fly.
Yeah, Chris got
well. And one thing we got a surprise. We want to show one of Chris's videos. His latest video, hot off the press. He just released it today. And Johnny, are we going to show it?
Yeah, Chris, is that okay?
Yeah, man, that's fine. That was that's the Land of Lights here at home, and this guy's got probably 100 acres, and he's got lights strung everywhere, and it's the dangest thing I ever seen.
Angels we have heard on
high.
I'm sorry, guy.
Yep.
Chris, I had it tuned up. Can you you want to share it? Can you pull it up real quick?
Shoo-wee. Let me it's gonna take
Let me
a
see
second.
it. Wait, I'll try it again. Let me see something here. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I don't know what that was.
It went perfect in practice.
I can do this right here.
No lie.
I got it on my computer as soon as the file opens up.
You'll have to share a screen. I had to give you permission there, Chris. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what popped up. Jeez. Merry Christmas.
And hello, Mike B, the Drone Ranger. How you doing? And Michael, Fly Zone Drone Quadcopters. Thanks for popping in.
Welcome, Michael, my partner in crime there.
All right. Do this. Well, maybe here in a minute I'll figure this all out. There's StreamYards. All right. You want to share the screen? Share the screen. You ready?
Yep.
Is it working?
I hadn't got anything popped up yet. Guys, while we wait,
guys, it's well worth it. We get this thing going. It's well worth it. I enjoyed it so much.
I'm gonna pop the first question up in the chat there for a little practice on the thing. If y'all want to answer that, and type it in the chat.
Yep.
I can't figure it out.
Just type it in the chat. That's all you got to do. This is practice.
Practice makes something.
And it's and I know you're gonna probably look it up on Google because I didn't know this answer.
Ray, you watch. I'm gonna try to pull Chris's up video real quick.
All right, let's try it again, Johnny. Share screen. All right. Can you see it, Johnny?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna try something else here, Chris. Let me see here.
I don't see anybody guessing in the chat the answer to the question, the trivia question.
Thank you, Bob Casey.
Hey, Roger, thanks for coming in. We
Now,
appreciate
here's
it.
the thing. Here's the thing, Johnny. If you show it, it's got the music is Epidemic Sound. I don't know if you got a.
Right. All right. Here we go.
Heard on high, sweetly singing all the bass, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was handheld, hanging out the car window.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This guy's got no telling how much money dropped in these lights. But I'm pretty sure he paid for the light bill the first night.
So, Chris, how many people go through there tonight, you think?
I couldn't tell you, Johnny. I know that night we went, it wasn't crowded, and there's probably 10 or 15 cars behind us. Maybe that many in front of us.
That is beautiful.
But I have seen traffic back up for over a mile to get in there on the weekend.
And where's this at, Chris?
It's just north of Athens, Texas. Called the Land of Lights.
Wow.
This gets us in the spirit. This gets us in the spirit.
Yeah, and I changed the music a little bit. I wanted something different, and got a little jazz tune to it. And you may get you're not monetized anyway. I know it's not a big deal. You'll probably get something in your email about playing music.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll take a warning for this beautiful site.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. One of the grandkids in the back with his mom and dad and my wife. We was all riding around. It's pretty impressive for a little old town. Thank you, Greg.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's really a nice thing to do. Nice thing to do with your family and the kids.
Burns calories, usually in the form of carbs in the bloodstream that are then.
Did anybody guess the chat there?
I haven't seen it. I'm checking, but unless I missed it, I haven't seen anybody guess that answer.
Yeah, the question to the question: what
we just
popular
tell 'em?
Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving? This is not for a prize; it's a practice question. Chris, one thing we do with every guest is we got 3 questions. Like, if you only had one drone to keep, what would it be?
One drone to keep. I would keep the Phantom 4.
Phantom 4.
Yep.
They could have everything else on.
Great. And at what location would you want to fly that you hadn't had a chance to fly? Like, is there a special place you would like to go fly?
You know, I'd like to fly in a big city where it's legal. That would be fun to do. Right at sunset when the lights are all on the buildings, I think those are great shots. I was in Austin yesterday, and I couldn't stop. I would have loved to have put my bird up and caught our state capitol with the city backdrop. I think that'd be a pretty shot.
Yeah. Guys, the question is scrolling across the bottom of the banner there. Should be. And Chris, what if you had to buy? What would be your next purchase? If you had to purchase a drone?
My next purchase, I'm kind of in between purchases. It's either going to be not the DJI FPV drone, but the FPV system for these little 4, 5, 6-inch quadcopters, or the Phantom 4 Pro V2. The Mavics don't interest me. I've got the Mavic Mini. I just can't get into them.
Bob Casey just answered the question.
Bob Casey's got the answer. Bob.
That dude's a little bitty fella. Y'all need to get him on the show.
Congratulations, Bob.
Bob, welcome to come in anytime. Yeah, that's just a practice question there, Bob. Hey, it's a little teaser question. We got one more, then we'll do for the prize. So, Chris, what do you think about the FPV? I know everybody seems to talk about it, and I know since you are. So, what do you think about the new DJI product possibly coming out?
What I've seen on the tubes, like just still pictures. I think there's a video out of somebody flying one, but to me it doesn't look. I could break it in one session. I promise you.
It looks like a spark to me. Kind of.
It looks breakable to me. Very, very much, very easy. I crashed one 5 or 6 times yesterday. Hit it. Broadside, run it straight into a building. Go over and pick it up, turn it over, and fly it again.
So what are you flying right now, FPV? What is it?
It's I'm flying a little Tyro Freestyle, and then I've got not the Tyro Freestyle, the Tiny Hawk Freestyle, and then I fly the Tyro 119 that I built, and Mitch and Carlos and those guys give me a big hand in putting it together.
Chris, are they hard to build? I mean, you really got to know what you're doing, or
I tell you what, Ray. There's so much help now. And there's so many videos, and the reason being, about 3 or 4 months ago, I was on Mitch's show, and him and Carlos got talking about building a drone, and Mitch suggested buying the Tyro. It's $119, and you can build it. Well, sure enough, I bought it, and in between building it, I had bought the Freestyle and was flying it. And I said, well, I'll build the big one, because the big one to me looked like it'd be easier to fly, and it is. Truthfully, it's easier to fly, but it wasn't too bad. It was basically, I had to solder some, which I kind of got a little background in solder, and I can solder some of it. And and most of it was plug in, and I followed Bardwell's video on it, made his mistakes, and had to tear it back apart and redo it. And between Mitch and Carlos and those guys on his stream and stuff like that, I got a pretty good handle on it. Because it's a part right now. I'm waiting on a part to come in.
Yeah, it's got to be devastating when you do crash them, and then you got to repair them.
But
and that's what I'd be so afraid of. I'd be devastated, and I'm not that handy.
Well, you seen what Paul flies? The Tiny Hawk 2, the little one with the prop guards is what is a good one, a good starter kit. You can buy that kit for about $120, ready to fly with the goggles, the radio, and the drone. Take it out, charge it up, put the goggles on, and go fly. You don't have to worry about programming. You don't have to worry about building or nothing.
When I was with Carlos and Paul, they let me look through the goggles, and it's so cool looking through the goggles. I gotta say that you really see it a lot better.
We went down south to Kelly's Friday evening. Was on his show Friday night with him, his Christmas show, and then we all met up at a park down at New Braunfels. And Kelly let me fly 2 of his DJI drones with the goggles. I've got money. I'm setting aside money now to upgrade, because it's just that clear.
Chris, do you think the price of that FPV new DJI will that scare you a little bit, or do you think that's right on target? We're talking between that $1,300-$1,500 range.
Here's the way I see it, man. If you want it, you're gonna go get it. We grown men, we all know if you want a Harley or if you want to go buy a new boat, we're going to look around, shop a little bit. We usually wind up with it. So yeah,
we'll do something. We'll do without something, for a week or two.
It doesn't scare me, other than the fact that I just don't think it's sturdy enough to me to take a crash. I don't know.
Right.
I haven't. Okay. I've seen a picture on YouTube where somebody crashed one.
Right.
And it's messed up.
Well, Chris,
it doesn't look like it, but that's just me.
It looks like, I'm sure it'll be, DJI is not going to just throw a product out there, so I think it'll be fine. But hey, Chris, I want to thank you, and you're going to sit in here.
Hang as long as you want, man.
Absolutely. We want you to hang tight this Christmas. Hey, we got a special guest coming in also too now, and he's been back in our prop room, and on his show he always has shrimp. So we don't have any shrimp for this guy, but we do have some crawfish and some fresh strawberries. Even though it's December, they are picking strawberries.
You had crawfish. I've been in there now.
Ron Brown into the show. Ron.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Ron.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas,
You came all the way down. You came all the way down from Margate City, New Jersey. We're glad to have you.
Straight away. I just said goodbye to Lucy.
Oh, really? You went to film Lucy again?
Yeah, over there. No, actually, I didn't go walk out of the house today. It's been bad weather and rain here today.
Okay. No flying today.
What's the weather like in Texas, Chris? I was watching a little bit of the Cowboys, and I saw some bright sunshine coming through the roof there.
Not 65 here right now. 65. A little north wind today. It's foggy up till about 11 o'clock, so I didn't get to fly today. I couldn't see, 50 yards probably.
Really?
It's bad.
Visibility. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Old Andy Dalton had no problem seeing the receivers today.
That's a good sign. Did
Sorry,
they win?
we turned this into the Cowboy show for a few seconds, but we'll get back on track with the drones here. So I'm glad to be on this show for the first time with Johnny and Ray. It's a great little show you got here on Sunday afternoons, and you guys dress for the holidays, man, costumes and everything. My show doesn't have a budget. We can't afford costumes.
We probably scare all the kids, but
maybe the kids will expect a few gifts.
Walmart. I went to Walmart and paid big bucks for this T-shirt, $6.99, and my wife got the hat for me for $1.
Okay, you guys running the show on the budget. Well, that's good.
Well, Ron,
we really love watching your videos. You know, you fly the sunsets a lot up there in Jersey and the Jersey Shores, or the Shore for short, and I really enjoy them. Tell us about you. Tell us how Ron Brown got involved with drones.
Thank you, Ray, for those kind words. And I got lucky last Sunday. It was over 65 degrees here at the Jersey Shore in December. So that, Ray, that's a gift as far up on the East Coast as we are. But how did I get involved? I've been kind of an amateur photographer all my life. And I don't know, about 5 years or so ago, I followed this guy called Trey Ratcliffe. He's a big social media photographer. And all of a sudden, he started getting these pictures with I guess it was Phantom 3, Phantom 4, whatever. He was hitting incredible shots. And, I said, man, I got to get those shots too, whatever. So, that's kind of what got me, more to drone. Not so much for the flying side of it, but for the pictures or whatever. I bet you I had a drone for a long time forever when I took video. I just took pictures for a long time.
Well,
So
Ron, we know you're on a lot of shows, but you don't ever get a chance to talk about yourself. So that's what Captain Ray. Yeah, just tell us all about yourself, and what you fly, what you like to fly, and what you want to fly. And
I did my first drone was my little SEMA X5, like a little kind of tool drone, just to kind of get my feet wet. And about 6 months after I got that, and I managed not to crash or destroy it, I think, well, I'm probably ready to get a real drone. So I went out and bought the Phantom 4 Standard when it was the current top-of-line DJI drone. Probably about 60. Yeah, there you go. I said that just for Chris Hope's benefit.
Still is, Ron, just FYI.
Yeah. I bet you 6 months after I bought that drone, the Phantom 4 Pro and the DJI Mavic 1 came out almost seemed like within a month of each other.
Right.
And but I love that standard or whatever. I mean, I really kind of grew up on that standard from pictures, and eventually started taking video on it. But then I travel a lot too, so I thought, well, I'm gonna need something more compact for travel. So I went ahead and got the Mavic 1. Not when it was brand new. It had probably been out for 6 to 8 months. Remember the beginning, they had supply shortages on the Mavic 1. And also they had some issues with it. They didn't really fix the firmware correct on that for it. It was out a good 6 months before they really got that thing humming. And, and then from there, I've been kind of hooked or whatever, playing the upgrade game, as I'll call it, keep trading in for the latest and greatest or whatever. But these new drones, they are better. I said every new, like they say with the cell phones, this is the best iPhone ever. Of course it is, because it's a new year. But really, these current drones I have, they're better than the Phantom 4 Standard. But they're not that much better than the Phantom 4 Standard. If I still only had my Phantom 4 Standard, I still would be getting a lot of great shots. So
yeah, I know. And you know that I bought that Mini. I had that Mini down in Florida last year. Santa brought it for me, and you guys were watching me fly it. And I know you couldn't wait to get the Mini. What do you think about the original Mini compared to the Mini 2?
Well, it's I think it's night and day, and I'm not trying to knock the Mini 1. The Mini 1 was an incredible little drone for the price. I mean, took even though it didn't have 4K, it took really good 2.7K, and took nice JPEGs, and again, a real value. But when DJI came out with the Mini 2 and only charged $50 for it, and added like a better video, much better pictures with the raw format in there. That was all good, but the big differences between the two Minis for me is the ability to fly in a brisk wind. The Mini 1 struggled in anything above, I don't know, like a 5 or 10 mile per hour type normal wind. But I had the Mini 2 out the other day down by the bayside. It wasn't high wind, but it was the type of wind that the Mini 1 would have did well. And the Mini 2 flew in that kind of breezy, kind of watery thing, like it was nothing. I kept saying, this is amazing how this thing's not even giving me the wind warning. Remember when the Mini 1, about 6 months after it came out, like somewhere around May, they did a big firmware update to it. And after that, it said high wind warning. I mean, no sooner got it up like 50 feet, high wind warning, high wind. You have to keep click it to go away, whatever. That drove me crazy when they put that high wind warning thing in it.
Yeah, it was overkill.
Let me just welcome a few more people in the chat. Excuse me. Hey, Drone Bum, Paulie, how you doing? And Brian, TDR Drones, welcome.
Hey, hello, Brian. Did you guys see Brian put his first Evo 2 video up either today or yesterday? He had to go out and fly it in, where they cleaned the parking lot for him so they could take off from all that snow. You guys see the snow?
I tell you. And Johnny, you want to tell them about this another practice question? Or
Well, I think
before Ron continues with his story?
Yeah, somebody got it right. Somebody got that one right. We'll put I think it was Chris who got it right. I think I put it in the chat there. What was Frosty's snowman's nose made of? And the first people who always answer that say carrot, but no, the correct answer was button.
Oh yeah. What was the carrot? His pipe or
Yes,
a carrot, right?
Yes.
Yep. Right.
That's what
So
we
Ron, we asked 3 questions for Chris, and we always ask of our guests, like if you had one drone and just one drone only to keep, what would that drone be? And I think I know the answer, but go ahead.
You got to start with a tough one here. What'd Chris say?
I can't tell you.
Okay, that's top secret, huh? Well, that's a tough question here.
Only one. Can't have. You can't have.
I've had to get rid of them all, whatever, and keep it. Well, it would be tough because the Mavic Air 2 is right in there. That's the Drone Nation Drone of the Year. That would be in the contention, and you have to put the Mavic 2 Pro in contention because of that 1-inch sensor on it or whatever. That's a strong contender too. And I guess I'd have to throw the Evo 2 Pro in there too.
Okay.
It's tough, Johnny. It's real tough. Can we move on to the next question? I'll keep thinking about question one.
No, you can't. Oh. This is like you're on
here. Number 2 is based on number 1. Well, I'll just say I'll go with the safe, conservative answer. Say Mavic 2 Pro.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's
what I've heard.
Now you could only keep one, but you could borrow one from Marcus if you had to have another one.
Borrow one from Marcus. What I borrow from him? Well, okay. Well, since I'm keeping the Mavic 2 Pro, I'll borrow Marcus's Mavic Air 2.
I hear you. And then, Ron, what location? Yeah. What location would you want to fly? That kind of a dream location that maybe you hadn't got a chance to fly yet.
Dream location that's not off limits because it's a national park. I'll probably put that preference in there.
Right.
you know, it's a tough one too. Dream location, because again, the things that come to mind is places
Well, you know my answer. I love flying in Florida. I love it down here.
And I have got to fly a little bit in Florida. When I was down seeing Bill, the drone reviewer, the other year, I got to fly on the west coast of Florida, kind of in his area, and then I went down and flew in. I actually flew more down in the Fort Myers Beach area. You know, down that way. But I would say more of a location where, you know, like Marcus has, where you got this kind of like this, these caverns or these mountains or these rivers. Because again, as beautiful as Florida is, kind of like South Jersey, flat as a board, right, Ray?
Oh, I tell you, I envy Marcus flying over that Snake River Canyon. I really do. And one day it's on my list. I put it on my list. I'll get out there to fly.
You know, it's funny, Ray. It's funny you say envy, because I think every time we watch somebody else's video, I don't know about y'all, but it's like, man, I should do envy where Ron flies. I envy where Chris flies. Everywhere. Yeah. So it's kind of like you always, you know, seem like it's, and I have some great places to fly, but you know, Ron's got some great places to fly. Chris got some. So yeah, that's kind of strange how we all kind of want to fly where, you know, everybody else.
But I got to tell Ron, I'm definitely coming down this summer to fly with you in the Jersey Shore, and I want you to take me to Lucy. Fly Lucy.
Oh yeah, we'll get to Lucy. No problem at all. But man, I'm struggling for an answer for you, Johnny. And I'll just throw something on top of my head, because I don't really have like a great answer, because all my answers would be places where you can't fly because they're national parks. I don't. This is a national park. The Big Sur area of California. I've been there before. Right. It was my pre-drone days.
That'd be a great place.
Location.
Yeah, that would be. Definitely.
And Ron, what might be your next drone purchase that you thinking of purchasing? Or what do you think is a horizon for Ron Brown?
Well, I got nothing on the horizon right now, because I'm going to say I'm taking a big wait and see approach on that DJI FPV drone. I mean, I'm going to have to study all the reviews and watch a whole bunch of videos before, I get to the point where I'm thinking about buying that one. And so I'll say the Mavic 3, which, is basically just, nothing right now but rumors. Mavic 3.
And Ron, I think you're right. You know, it seems like, it seems like the last couple of weeks, months now, and then, everybody was, and I think, Billy Kyle and Ken put up that video yesterday about the ban, and that was kind of exaggerated. So, it's kind of a wait and see. You got remote ID, you got the new rules, you had that hit, and then we had the FAA, with some problems there and stuff. So, it's definitely a wait and see attitude going into the first of the year for sure.
And Johnny, something I want to bring up. I was thinking about the other day. Chris, you got something?
Oh, Marcus is in the chat.
Hello, Marcus.
Hi, Marcus. I said hello to you, typing it, but I wanted to personally say hello to Marcus.
Welcome, Marcus. Drone Bump, Royal Photography, Canadian Drone Hub. We got Roger, Jackson RC, John Olson. If I'm missing TDR, Brian's in the house.
Good crew in here, good crew. But listen to this, guys. Think about this the other day. You know how, we talked about 2019 was like what we call the droneless year. Everybody's waiting for all these drones to come out, and not much really came out. So this year, 2020, almost the worst year anybody can remember, with everything that went on this year, right? Actually, it was one of the best years you can ever think of for drones.
Absolutely.
Early, we got the I'll just say we got the Evo, because the Evos are both the same as the camera. So we got the Evo, drone. I'm going to say one of the few great non-DJI drones out there, right? And then we got the Mavic Air 2, which you could argue is the greatest drone DJI ever made, especially if you take into account the price. And then, at the end of the year, we get the Air 2, which is a sequel to the best affordable drone DJI ever made, which only came out at the end of 2019. I mean, 2019 was kind of drone's year, but at the very end of the year, the Mini appeared, and then the Skydio appeared. So I hate to call it Skydio the 2019 drone because most people got it in 2020 because of the long wait time. So you can even throw that in 2020.
Right.
It's
From
2020.
November.
You don't
From
really
November
if you bought new drones in 2020, you don't need anything in 2021 because 2020 was a grand slam for drone releases.
Yeah, from November to November, we probably had 8 or 10 drones released.
All good.
Yes. Even the
Yeah.
Zeno.
And Ron, I was gonna ask Santa to bring me that mini too, but then I ended up coming to my senses and said, "Do I really need another drone?" And
Yes.
I gave it up, and I asked him for a iPhone 12, and he came early. Look at this. He gave me an iPhone 12.
Santa's working hard this year. And I'll tell you, Ray, I bet you that iPhone 12 takes better pictures and videos than any of the drones we own.
Yeah.
Hey,
We practiced.
Captain Ray,
Does.
Captain Ray, why don't you tell us about the first prize, and I'm gonna pop the question after you show it again and tell it what it is.
Yeah. Well, one lucky winner is going to win a nice America's Finest long sleeve T-shirt. You got to be a supporter of the police because that's what it says. You support the police and kids, and
I have the link. I have the link for that foundation in the show. And if you watch the bottom of the screen, it's going to scroll across there. Type your answer, and the first one to type it will have the correct prize, the correct answer. We'll get that. And here it goes.
Drum roll.
Okay, here we go. Now, who is going to win it?
The question is, what was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Oh, wow.
Look at JSK. Pick me.
What's that Jimmy Stewart movie?
It's really, I think that, I think I know what a lot of people type, but it's probably not going to be the correct answer.
It's a Wonderful Life. There you go.
Well,
I'm only saying that because I know that's not it.
So Ron, you flew today, any? No, you said you hadn't left the house.
Walker said
that
the
waterproof drone today. What's that waterproof drone that came out this year?
Nope, Michael Wright.
Michael Wright.
Michael Wright,
buddy.
Michael Wright, New City, Texas.
Michael Wright, you are the winner. So just send me a message, and I'll let me know what size you need and your address, and I'll get it out to you.
Cool, Mike.
Thanks for everybody participating.
I got to see Mike yesterday. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool day.
Thank you, Mike.
Chris,
thank you.
How many people showed up for that meetup yesterday?
It's probably about half a dozen of us, I guess.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
We had a little setup going on, Chris.
Yeah, Kelly had us down.
Oh, nice.
Kelly and Kai and Lone Star UAV and Sunrise Media, Chris, myself, Jerry Caverly, Mike, and the Yellow Rose. I cannot remember his name. Nice guy. We all flew there.
Over at Austin?
Down close to between San Marcos and New Braunfels at Lake Canyon Lake. Big,
okay. I remember. I think I remember seeing New Braunfels when I was on the road heading over to San Antonio.
You did. You drove right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, did y'all take some video? I mean, did y'all shoot some? I mean, obviously, did y'all take some stuff for Facebook or any pictures? Or y'all gonna put some stuff up from that little event?
Yeah, I think Kelly did a whole bunch of video, and I did a little bit. Not too sure if I'll put it up or not. I'll have
what did y'all fly? Y'all did some FPV, or y'all did
FPV and some Phantoms. I flew my Phantom, and I know Mike flew his Phantom.
Yep.
Okay.
And me and Mike had a side-by-side comparison with
Did you
Phantom propeller blades, and that was interesting. We couldn't get them off his. It was tough to get them off his.
Oh, really?
It was to the point.
You know what a lot of people don't realize? How hard it is to film another drone in the air, right? Chris, do you find that hard, difficult?
Not with a
line up
GPS
the
drone.
drones, film each other? Okay.
The FPV guys, now, if they can do it, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, me and Mike sit there course, all you gotta do is let go of the stick, and they'll sit there and look at each other for as long as you want them. That's pretty.
Right.
That's pretty handy.
So what is everybody, Ray, Ron, and Chris? I mean, is everybody staying home for Christmas? Are y'all scaling down a little bit this year with the COVID stuff?
Normal stuff.
Yeah, I'm not ready to travel just yet. And California is on a lockdown. That's where my son is, and they're on a lockdown. You can't even go to the restaurants to eat out there. And I would love to see him. We were lucky to see him in March, just before the whole thing exploded and went crazy. But we'll get out there again, hopefully in March.
Ron, what about you? You staying at the house?
Well, we're going to my wife's sister, New Jersey, Governor Murphy. You know, I think it's 10 people and under at a gathering. So we're going to follow the governor's rules and go to a small gathering.
Ron, I know yesterday, I'm sure you watched the video with Billy Kyle and Ken. So did that definitely clear that up? Kind of, I mean, I know everybody heard the word ban and everybody was running.
Yeah, I think it did a good job. In fact, the only people who used ban were the headline grabbers. Entity is the key word there, which basically means that DGI won't be able to incorporate technology either physically or intellectual property into the drones going forward. And I don't know how much they depend on stuff from the U.S., anyways, but if they did use stuff from the U.S. in the current drones, that won't be affected, only be going forward. So say the proposed Mavic 3 may not have any technology, that comes from the U.S. in their drone. And, I don't know. We've read for years, or at least for the past year, that they were worried about the DJI drones spying, sending information back to the Chinese military and all that. But here the ban's not because of that. It's because of the Chinese government using the drones to some kind of surveil, certain people in China. So it's kind of a, like a human rights issue more than it is a spying issue. And here's my big question. Is that what it really is, or is spying the real issue? But since they can't prove spying, they came up with something else. I mean, we don't know. We probably never really know. And if DJI is doing something, wrong either way, spying, or if they're violating somebody's human rights in China, I guess they deserve some sort of, penalty for that. I mean,
Carlos,
it's that word intent. That word intent. Did they intend to do it, or did they do it for the government? And that's I think I'm like you. It was all clickbait. The Facebook and it's like they wanted you to click. Read the word ban or whatever.
Right. I just worry that and I'm probably worried for nothing, but I just worry that I don't know. They're doing all this DJI to help the American drone companies kind of get a leg up. And not that I don't want to see the American drone companies do very well. I have a Skydio. I'll support all the companies in the U.S. that make drones, but I want them to be successful on their own because they make a good product or whatever, not because somebody's holding DJI back or whatever. I want the U.S. manufacturers to do very well, to have their own niche in the market. But again, I want them to do them on their own merits, if that makes any sense.
Right. No, I agree. Well, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and, I know it's kind of getting late. We're going to go ahead and give the Echo Dot away. Echo Dot. Yeah.
That's another good prize. Here we go.
This is a little tougher question. Of course, I imagine you get help from anybody you want, but we're going to pop it up right now.
And you better have a calculator.
ain't no lie.
The question is, how many gifts in total, that's in capitals, were given in the 12 days of Christmas? And even Ray Kelly might not be able to afford this on his retirement.
Hey, Carlos, back from the sky. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
I already forget.
This is a tough one.
What was the Christmas movie answer?
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Okay.
Home Alone. Yep. Michael Wright. He got the answer.
Michael Wright won that.
Home
Michael
Alone
never
1.
won.
Home Alone 1.
Yes,
Yeah,
the original.
It's
I
JSK again.
don't
Pick
do it
me.
as
Pick
good as
me.
Michael, but hey,
I'm so old. I saw that at the movies when it came out.
it was on the other night. It's on right now. Christmas Vacation and Home Alone.
Johnny, you want to sing a few lines?
From
Sing us a few lines of this 12 Days of Christmas.
on
On the first day of Christmas.
my voice is a little scratchy today.
that winner might be.
I just read today how this
Drone Ranger.
original.
Wait a minute. Drone
Yeah, what
Ranger.
The Drone Ranger got it right.
Might be.
364. Either he's fast at Google and Siri than anybody else, but he got the correct answer.
That's why he's the Drone
Congratulations,
Ranger.
Mike.
He
He's
didn't want
a
to hear
drone
sings. He didn't want to hear sings while he got it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Chris, I just about to go give the full version of it.
Hey, how'd you like to buy 364 gifts for your honey there, Captain Ray? You just got away
I'll
with
tell
one
you.
iPhone.
I know. One iPhone did it for me. That was it.
So that's today's equivalent of the 12 days of Christmas a long time ago. One iPhone 12 Max.
You know,
Greg
I'll
Pittman,
tell
you
you.
got it. Came in second.
Yeah.
Bob Casey got it.
Bob Casey too. So, but let me just say,
What's the second place is get?
can I give a shout out to Rick Halber? I know he's not in the chat, but he surprised me and my wife. You know, I know he sent a lot of different gifts to different people, and he's a good man, and I wish Rick the best. I really do. And I've always admired him. But you know what he sent me? Take a guess. There it is, right there. A tumbler. And it's personally inscribed, Captain Ray Kelly, the droning fisherman.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
And he
Very
also
cool.
sent,
You got a
and he
new
sent
handle
one
there,
to my
Captain.
wife, too. But thank you, Rick. I really appreciate it, sir.
Looks nice. Well, guys, I
Very
want to
nice.
thank
And I also want to say thank you to everybody for coming in.
absolutely. Yeah, great
It
guys.
really means
Hey,
a
great
lot.
participation in the chat. You know, the questions scrolling across the screen there is a little different. I know it makes everybody pay attention. And with that, Chris, we'll let you kind of go first here and say your happy holidays or goodbye, and then we'll swing over to Ron and then Captain Ray and myself. So the floor is yours, Chris.
Well, everybody in the chat, we all visit at least once a week. Sometimes it's 5 times a week, and I appreciate every one of y'all, and I want y'all to have a Merry Christmas and a good New Year. I'm sure we'll see each other here and there. Tony,
Right.
Tropic, welcome in, buddy. He's another good guy there. We see each other, and appreciate you two having me on. It's always good to see my brother Ron over here to my left. Good dude. Everybody here's good. No bad apples in the house. I appreciate y'all very much.
And Chris, we thank you and wish you a Merry Christmas from our show and I know everybody here. And Ron,
Merry Christmas to you and your family, Chris.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to y'all.
Ron, go ahead, buddy.
Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, it's always great to be on with my buddy Chris Hope here. I had the pleasure of meeting Chris at Spin Up 2019. It was an honor for sure. So I wish Chris and his family the very Merry Christmas and warm thoughts for a good New Year. 2021 could be the best year ever. And I want to thank Johnny and Ray both for having me on the show today. And I want to thank everybody in chat for joining us. Again, I see a lot of the usual names out there. And when I say usual, I mean the good names out there, the supporters of many of these shows, good people. A lot of them I know, and some of them I only knew through chat, but appreciate you all. And I hope, everybody, Johnny, Ray, and everybody in chat has a great Christmas. We're only, less than a week away now. And then we're looking forward to New Year because, again, I keep emphasizing we all want to jump into 2021 and maybe put all this last year or so behind us and get back to normal, normal healthy lives, and and that's it. I'm going to throw it back to Johnny here, and he can take us home here.
Yeah, Captain Ray, you're fine if you want to tell everybody. Merry
Well,
Christmas.
I tell you, Ron, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. We
Anytime.
depend on you guys. You're the experts. We're the amateurs. And we're learning, and I learn every day watching your videos and your live streams, and seeing you in the chats, Chris. I can't say enough. I've learned so much from all of the people, and I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, safe and healthy, and 2021 is going to be a great year.
I want to say one last thing. I hope to meet that in 2021. I hope to meet Ray at that little park where he flies under that little gazebo down there, where that now meets the water near that lighthouse. That John, that's the location I want to fly at. You asked me, I want to fly at Ray's location. What's that little park called?
Yeah, that's the Sawfish Bay Park in Jupiter. Yeah,
there's my location, Johnny.
I think it's
right.
if you don't have a job.
I
think if you don't have a job park, that's the name of it. Now, I want to wish everybody. Listen, I want to thank all you guys. Our show is new. This is only I think our fourth time, Ray. But I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And a lot of people saying, hey, it can't take much for 21 to top 20, but that's not necessarily true. It's been a great year, even though I have a lot of stuff going on this year. But I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And, I want to remind everybody to go out and vote for the Drone Nation. I think Ron's got it open a few more days here to the Drone of the Year, which the Mavic Air 2 is, crushing everybody. But, on Monday night there, you got Drone Nation with Ron and Marcus. Tuesday, you got Bill the Drone Reviewer. And then Philly and Ron do a little show right after that. Wednesday night, you got Drone Therapy with Coast to Coast Drone. And then Thursday, you got Ken Herron. And Friday, you got Fly Drone Quadcopter with Mikey and his brother Sergio. And myself have been on there most of the time. So, you got a lot of shows. Roger at Canadian Drone Hub. They're there almost every day. Art, Rodney Bell, the Grumpy Vlogger. We got Jim from Above and Beyond. I'm probably leaving some people out, but that's just some of the shows that everybody watches. And Ray, I know Ray's always in the chats and all. He's a big supporter. Ron, I see you in a lot of chats, and Chris, that's kind of, so everybody supports everybody. It's a great community. And listen, I just want to wish everybody
coast to coast.
Happy New Year.
Yep, Bill, Coast to Coast.
And Friday
Wednesdays
nights
at 8:30.
Friday nights with Matt North are pretty good too. I enjoy that.
Yep.
Who was that, Chris? I'm sorry.
Matt North, Northeast Drone.
Northeast Drone Production.
Okay, sure.
And that's a funny one.
I let my hair down on this channel and see what happens.
Well, listen, guys, y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. What's left, and I really appreciate it. And thanks everybody in the chat. It's been a great show. Thanks.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Good night.